Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan Ki. Bhakti Shatak, verse 45. Brahmalok par yant sukh aru mukti sukh tyag radhe radhe. ब्रह्मलोक पर यंत सुख अरु मुक्ति सुख त्याग राधे राधे. तबे धरहु पग प्रेम पथ नहीं लगी जई है दाग राधे राधे. तबे धरहु पग प्रेम पथ नहीं लगी जई है दाग राधे राधे. Having explained that bhakti is the means for connecting with God and reaching Him, all the other spiritual practices require bhakti, and bhakti is the simplest means. Kripaluji Maharaj now explains that bhakti is the most difficult means. सरल सुखद मार्ग यही भाई भगति मोरी पुराण श्रुति गाई. The Ramayana says, Bhagavan Ram has said, Sarala Sukhat, so simple. But when you enter the path of bhakti, you will realize it is actually the most difficult. Why? Why? Because you need to become totally selfless. You need to give up the desire for your happiness and love the Lord for His happiness. This is completely the reverse of the practice of our soul since endless lifetimes, since the beginning of eternity. What have we thought? Always my happiness. In everything we do, the underlying objective. Why does anybody get married? For the other's happiness? Impossible. In fact, the mantra I said yesterday by Yajnavalkya Rishi says, if you love anyone, it's for your happiness, not for the other's happiness. That is the persistent nature of our soul in the untrained state, in the material consciousness. I am reminded during the French Revolution, when the royalty was being thrown away by the commoners. So they came the stage. Have you read The Tale of Two Cities? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. These royalty, the commoners, they had been oppressed for so many hundreds of centuries. So they were being brought and killed at the guillotine. Their heads were being chopped off. What an atrocious act. Somebody's head is being chopped off. He never did any atrocities in the last 700-800 years. Why are you chopping off his head? It was just a pent-up frustration. One hat seller came to know that people's heads are being chopped off. He said, what will happen to my hat business? He doesn't care about people's heads. He cares about his hat business. That is a fact. We care more about our toothache than we do about global warming. Who cares? My toothache is more important to me. The pain is perceptible and tangible. Somebody please take this pain away. So everywhere the desire for self-happiness dominates. When we come to God, there also the same nature manifests. And what do? We go to God with material desires. Visit all the temples, churches, mosques, synagogues, gurdwaras. What are 99.9% of the people doing? Asking for the fulfillment of material desires. Oh God, my job is in danger, save it. Oh God, my daughter is not marrying, get her married. Oh God, I am not able to get married, get me married. Whatever be the case, it is the fulfillment of material desires. Now, Sri Maharaj Ji says, you will have to give all this up. Brahmaloka paryanta sukh. You give up all the materialistic desires. Beyond the desires on the earth plane is the desires in the celestial abodes. Up to Brahmaloka, they are all material desires. You will have to give up all of these. When you come, don't ask God for any of these. Why not? That is our habit. Oh Hanumanji, I will come to you for 40 days and offer you laddus if you fulfill this desire of mine. My son's health is not all right, let it become all right. Now supposing you go to Hanumanji for 40 days. Hanumanji, please cure my son. Hanumanji, please cure my son. You are definitely being a great father. But the point is, your mind is not in Hanuman. Your mind is in your son. Hanuman is a via media for the fulfillment of your desire to cure your son. So your bhakti is towards your son, care of Hanuman. If Hanuman doesn't listen, then go to Durga Mata. She doesn't listen, go to Shankarji. He is Bholenath. We will just offer him the madar ka patta and dhature ka phool and say, bam bam bhole, bana de chandi ke gole. So all these material desires that we take to God, we are not really doing bhakti of the Lord. That is why all the bhakti scriptures say, don't take these desires to the Lord. Sa na kamay mana nirodha rupatvat. Narad Ji has said in his Bhakti Darshan, don't ask God for material things. Kripaluji Maharaj has made it complete. He says up to Brahma Lok. the seventh heaven, the seventh of the celestial abodes, Bhu Bhuva Swa Mahajana Tapa Satya. Don't even ask for the seat of Brahma. The big problem is that your mind doesn't go there, and the second thing is that there is no end to desires. Now you say, oh Sri Krishna, I am in real trouble. This time you fulfill this desire of mine. After that I will never ask you again. Arey simpleton, 3 days later you will get another desire. Then you will say, Sri Krishna, 3 days earlier you had fulfilled this desire. This time fulfill it and I will never ask you again. So, na jatu kamaha kamahanam upabhoge na shamyati. The nature of worldly desires, even the kamana of Indra is not fulfilled. Indra's situation is no different from ours. Why do you think the scriptures say that no matter how much material opulences you get, you will not be happy? Why do you think the billionaires are not happier than ordinary people? Because the billion has not served the purpose of fulfilling the desires. The desires have just gone further ahead. Even the celestial devatas, Chakradharopi suratvam, suratvalabhe sakala surapatitvam, bhavitum surapati rurdhagatitvam, tathapi na nivartate trishna. The scriptures say, a king wishes to be the emperor. The emperor wishes to be a celestial god. The celestial god says, if I can become Devraj, the king of the celestials. And Devraj says, can I get Brahmaji's seat? Tathapi na nivartate. Even then, desire is never fulfilled. So when we take material desires to God, what happens? Today the desire is fulfilled. I went and said, Sri Krishna, hey Radhe, you do this, and it happened. Let us say by chance it happened. God is not a cosmic bellboy that you press the button and he is obliged to fulfill, but by your efforts, your prarabdha, whatever, or God's special grace, it got fulfilled. You will say, Sri Krishna is so kind. Kitne dayalu hai, kitne kripalu hai. Now tomorrow again you went and asked, and this time the desire is not fulfilled. All the faith that had increased will come crashing down. Sri Krishna doesn't listen. Sri Krishna is so hard-hearted. So in this way our faith will go ding-dong, ding-dong. Guruji came to my house and I got this good news. Well, it could be either just by chance or God gave you a lollipop in the beginning of the journey. But if that is the basis of your faith, tomorrow Guruji came to my house and I got a bad news. Now Guruji is a bad Guruji. This is exactly what we will do when the basis of our faith is wrong. If our faith is on this criteria, God should fulfill my desires. The moment they are not fulfilled, our love will suffer a downfall. Now when it goes up and down, where is the question of progressing? Instead of that, if we say, my Lord, I don't know what I should ask, you decide. You have got more intelligence than I have, at least that much I can understand. You decide what is best for me and then give it. Or if you don't want to give anything, don't give it. Now God, the ball will be in His court. This soul is not making any demands. He is leaving it unto me. I must now use my intellect and think what is the best for this soul. And then God will truly give us the highest thing. That highest thing is bhakti, where He Himself is willing to become the servant of His devotee. Aham bhakta paradhinaha. He says, otherwise I am supremely independent, yet my devotees, my pure devotees, selfless devotees, they enslave me. They tie me up in the bonds of their love. Albelo hamaro yaar, prem ke bandhan mein. So He will give us that when from our side we don't make demands. God, you must do this. One disciple went to his Guru. Guruji, I am totally surrendered unto you. And henceforth I wish to leave everything and just do your seva. Guruji said, if you are totally surrendered, I feel, considering your situation, you just remain where you are for now. Guruji, I am totally surrendered. I have to leave everything and come to your seva. You are imposing your own desire. This is not surrender. Surrender is of the desire, the independent desire. See, in Christianity they pray every day, Thy will be done. Our scriptures say, Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varjanam. Unite your desire with His desire. No desire against His desire. So that kind of selfless love, we must trust. I don't have the intellect to ask correctly. Why? Because our intellect is in this condition, it thinks happiness is in the world. Or let's say it has gone beyond. It thinks that happiness is in the fulfillment of my selfishness. It has not yet awakened to the abundance in the creation of God, where it is not in taking, but in giving that we receive. So this every sankalpa of ours, of selfishness, when we ask, we will be asking selfishly. And we will, if we wish to love God, Kripaluji Maharaj has made such a statement in this verse. It is unbelievable. He says, if you want to take the first step on the path of divine love, give up all these desires and give up the desire for liberation as well. Why? The liberation or mukti is the goal of Gyan Marg. The Jnani decides, my ultimate goal is liberation, mukti. How to get liberated from material bondage. So give this up also, he's saying. Why? Because it is not a material desire, it's a spiritual desire. But the motive there is still my own happiness. Why do I wish to get liberated? For your happiness? Of course not, for my happiness. So he is saying in this verse, you read it 100,000 times. He says, give both these up. Otherwise, the pure water of bhakti, of love, will get tainted with selfishness. Nahi lagi jai hai daag. Love is easy to say, difficult to practice. That is why I said that one side he says bhakti is so easy. And now he says, actually, it's like walking on the edge of a razor. Because wherever the self-happiness comes, the love will get cut. Why does love get destroyed in the world? Love at first sight, then divorce at first fight. On the average, statisticians have understood that the love marriage, oh, I have found the goal of my life, we shall live happily ever after, etc., etc. That sentiment remains for an average of 4 years. It suffers a decay. It's only 4 years. And then come the blues. Oh, you have ruined my life. Oh, तुमने तो जीवन बर्बाद कर दिया. Swamiji, next time I catch my ears, I will definitely not get married. So, this worldly love gets destroyed. Why? Because of selfishness. I want my happiness, the other wants their happiness. So there's a tug of war. And true love is a different matter. What is the test of true love? The test is sarvatha dhvansa rahitam satyapi dhvansa karane yad bhava bandhanam yuno saprema parikirtitaha. Where there is a reason for love to be destroyed, there's a reason for love to explode. I was loving Guruji, and Guruji behaved like this. I sent 5 messages, he didn't even respond to one. Cancel. The love is destroyed. See, but true love is what? Where there's a reason for love to explode, and yet it does not explode. So, Sri Krishna tests the love. When he sees that you are actually walking seriously on this path, he will behave with you in 3 different ways. Sometimes he will shower you with affection. Sometimes he will become neutral towards you. Who are you? I have never seen you around. Sometimes he will behave adversely. And why will he do that? Because his business is different. His business is to grow your love. He has got no other business. Everything he does is for the welfare of the souls. The verse will come ahead, Kripaluji Maharaj will explain. Anything that God does, or the saints do, they have got no self-interest, they do for the welfare of the others. Nothing pleases God more than seeing the devotee grow in love. And when we talk about love, there are 2 aspects. One is the quantity, the extent of the longing, and the other is the quality, the purity of the love. Now somebody says, I have such a deep yearning to see Sri Krishna. Why doesn't he reveal himself to me? Because the yearning is not yet fully pure. The quantity is there. The quality needs to be enhanced. तेरे कर्म में कमी नहीं, करीम है तू, कुसूर मेरा है, झूठा उम्मीदवार हूं मैं. The devotee says, my Lord, the deficiency is not in your grace, but the fact that I am not yet eligible for it. ये गलत कहा किसी ने कि तेरा पता नहीं है. People wrongly say that they can't find you, that nobody knows you, where you are. ये गलत कहा किसी ने कि तेरा पता नहीं है, तुझे खोजने की हद तक कोई खोजता नहीं है. So we have to purify our seeking. And God ensures that everything is going all right. This soul is now sincere enough and on the path thinking, I am doing very well. Let me send the next test. Let me do some adverse behavior and see whether the soul still lasts. God knows that there is always a danger. When the tests come, there will be a marginal quantity of souls who will break away, who may just fall off from the path. There will be others who will struggle with the test. Oh my God, so for some time their chintan will become negative, they'll grapple with it. They will use the Tattva Gyan. What is it that Swamiji explained to me? Let me figure it out. And then slowly, slowly they will correct themselves. There will be those who will say, all right, whatever Sri Krishna wants. He wants to ignore me, so what? Now that I have put my head at his feet, let him decide what he wants. So what I am saying is, that Sri Krishna will behave in 3 different ways. If you wish to be a true lover, then your motto should be that even when there is a reason for love to be destroyed, it is not destroyed. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in his famous Shikshashtakam, his 8 verses on Sri Krishna Bhakti. He says, Ashlishyava padaratan pinashtuma madarshanan marmahatang karotuva yatha tathava vidadhatu lampato matprananathastu sa evana parah. He says, Hey Lampat, he's speaking to Sri Krishna. Now we all say Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, with all our respect. And he's saying, hey loafer. How come you say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is that the way to speak to Sri Krishna? Lampat, you're calling him loafer. But in his love, Sri Krishna has become small. Which means in that intensity of intimate affection, the knowledge has gotten dissolved. He is the Supreme Lord of the universe. He only thinks, you are my beloved, and you are behaving with me like this. Never mind. Sri Krishna, he is challenging him. Whether you shower your affection on me and embrace me, or you kill me with your divine disk, or you become neutral towards me. O Sri Krishna, know for a fact that my love will not decrease based on these behaviors. And also understand it will not remain the same. Then it will keep increasing. That is a person who has understood the marm, the secret of bhakti. or love. Madhuradhipate rakhilam madhuram. Whatever the Lord does is full of sweetness. Like the jalebi is all round, right? And yet full of ras. Likewise, whatever the Lord does, the devotee experiences a ras in that. Why? Because there is no self-seeking. Thy will be done, whatever you want. Take a look at Bhishma. Bhishma is considered one of the 12 Mahajans in Indian history. One of the 12 great exemplary devotees. The grandsire of the Kuru dynasty. He was a tremendous devotee of Sri Krishna. Phenomenal love. And yet, when the Mahabharata was to happen, he chose to fight on the side of the Kauravas. And do you know why? There was a secret behind it. He wanted to glorify Sri Krishna. So he decided, I'll fight on the enemy side. So people will say, even though the great Bhishma was on the other side, yet Arjun won. And his meditation, he used to meditate on the Braj Leela of Sri Krishna. In the evening time, when Sri Krishna would go to graze the cows, while returning in the evening, he would have the cows with him. And the foot dust of the cows would rise and fall on Sri Krishna. So Bhishma, this used to be his meditation. Like the gopis, all day long they would be waiting, when will Krishna come, when will Krishna come? And when he would come, they would stand in a line and see him. So this was also Bhishma's meditation. And that's why during the Mahabharata, he loved to see Krishna's form, because all the dust from the horses' hoofs would be all in the sky and it would fall on the Lord as well. So he was such a deep and intense devotee. And yet, Sri Krishna, he resolved, when Bhishma resolved, that tomorrow by sunset either I will kill the best warrior of the Pandavas, Arjun, or else Sri Krishna will have to break his vow and lift weapons. So, when this happened, Bhishma fought so amazingly that ultimately Arjun's chariot was damaged and Arjun and Sri Krishna fell off. Now Sri Krishna said there is no other means. So he lifted the chariot wheel to go and kill Bhishma. Now this is the adverse behavior happening. Here is a devotee who says, Krishna, 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 you are my Lord. Whatever you want, that is what I want. And Krishna is coming, I'll kill you. So Bhishma looked and started smiling. Your darshan is so wonderful today, Sri Krishna. Later on, when he lay on the bed of arrows for 6 months, what was the form of Sri Krishna that he meditated upon? It was the same form that he saw there. So Sri Krishna went forward with the chariot wheel. And Bhishma, he said, Arey wah, so attractive. Sri Krishna started off with bloodshot eyes and his teeth grinding, and he saw that Bhishma is standing and smiling. So Sri Krishna stopped in his tracks. And then Bhishma said, what happened? Remember, you had made a vow. And I also made a vow yesterday. Ajujo harihina shastra gaham taulajahu ganga janani ko shantanu sutana kaham ajujo harihina shastra gaham. If today I don't make Sri Krishna lift weapons, then I am not the son of Shantanu and Ganga. So, this later on, before in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, he says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. He says, Arjun, my devotee shall never perish. He doesn't say, na me jnani pranashyati, na me karmi pranashyati, na me yogi pranashyati. He says, my devotee shall never perish. I shall protect my devotee. But he says, Arjun, you declare it boldly. Sri Krishna is not declaring my devotee shall not perish. He is saying, Arjun, you declare it. Why? Because Sri Krishna knows sometimes he breaks his vow. Like he broke it for the sake of Bhishma. But he doesn't let his devotee's vow be broken. So Bhishma wanted to reveal that point. So for 6 months when he laid on the bed of arrows, he meditated, Vapat Pita Ki Fehran. The same jhanki, darshan. The point that gets highlighted is, no matter how God behaves with us, our love should not decrease. That is true love. Why? Why? Why should our love not decrease? This is the acid test that love is actually selfless. If it decreases, it only decreases because there was selfishness. Why did Sri Krishna not do this? Why did Guruji not do that? It decreases. So if we wish to grow in selfless love, we have to be willing to give the prerogative to God and to Guru to behave with us as they want. So remember, they will behave in 3 ways. Sri Maharaj Ji has expressed the same sentiment in his famous Kirtan. Tum mere the mere ho, mere rahoge, behkuna ab behkane se. He says, O Sri Krishna, you were mine, you are mine, you will be mine. And I will not be swayed based on your adverse behaviors. So, chahe mam alingan karlo, chahe mam pranan hi harlo, chahe ji bhar kar tadpalo, mohi kam sham gun gane se. The same 3 behaviors. Do any of these, Sri Krishna. My work is to love you. I shall keep doing that. So this is the principle of love. Kripaluji Maharaj is saying, if you want to walk the path of love, give up all these worldly desires. Give up the desire for liberation. If you want liberation, there's Ashtang Yog. Yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharan, dhyan, samadhi. If you want liberation, there is Jnana Yog, Vivek, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutva, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan, Samadhi. But if you want love, then, and you come to the realm of love with selfish desires, the pure water of selfless, true love will get tainted with selfishness. Such a wonderful principle. Frankly, I have read spirituality everywhere, but this is the highest principle of spirituality. Don't you think so? Completely devoid of all selfishness. So I had promised that we shall do a meditation today, a little bit of kirtan to change the mood, and then Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Krishna Jaya, Krishna Jaya, Krishna. Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki. We will be meditating on a seva pastime of the Lord. And the seva will be, we will serve Radha Krishna and give them pleasure by requesting them to sit on a swing and then swinging them for their pleasure. So, sit with your back straight. Place your hands either in the lap or on the knees, wherever comfortable. Take some deep breaths. Mentally observe your breath flowing in and out. Mentally observe your breath flowing in and out. Mentally observe your body from the outside. With the mind's eye, watch your body. With the eyes of the scriptures, Jnana Chakshu, see yourself as the divine soul seated in the region of the heart. You are not the body. This is your body. Like the driver in a car, you are the soul within. You have existed since eternity, and you will continue to exist for eternity. Remember, you are not body, you are not matter. You are a child of the all-powerful God. See Radha Krishna as your spiritual mother and father. They are infinitely endowed with innumerable energies. Visualize Radha Krishna sitting before you, sitting in the Radha Krishna temple on the altar. Visualize them, the same who are in Golok are also right near you and also right in front. Visualize them wherever convenient. And think, they who can manifest innumerable universes by their expanded avatar, Mahavishnu, from the pores of whose body innumerable universes appear. Do Radha Krishna have any shortage in their realm? Absolutely not. Remind yourself again and again of the abundance in the realm of God. Abundance. God needs nothing, and yet He has created us to share His all with Him. with us. For that, we only need to fulfill this condition to be truly selfless, to learn the lesson of loving Him for His happiness, not ours. Let us train our mind to be happy in the happiness of Radha Krishna. And their representative, the Guru. Picture your Guru and think he's eager to train you. Today, your Guru is holding your hand and lifting you up, taking you by the skyward path, beyond all of material creation, into a divine abode which is perfect in every way. This is the abode of God, where the perfected souls eternally serve Him in a variety of pastimes. You are in divine Vrindavan. The river Yamuna is flowing. There are forest groves. Your Guru is walking with ahead of you. You are following behind. And you have reached the center of a forest grove where there is a clearing. Out there, the gopis have created a swing, a jhula, which is hanging from the branch of a kadamba tree. There are clouds adorning the sky above. They rain as much as the gopis want them to. At this time, just occasional drops. A delightful breeze is blowing which touches the cheeks and thrills with joy. Radha Krishna are sitting on the swing. Krishna, when you look, He is on your left side. And on your right side, on Krishna's left side, is Radharani. One Sakhi is standing behind and swinging Sri Krishna and Radha. The other perfected saints who have the forms of gopis are sitting around playing on musical instruments, singing, dancing, all with one goal, to give happiness to Sri Krishna and Radha. Your Guru is asking you to pay attention to the sentiment of the gopis. Tat sukha sukhitvam. Seeing the devotion of the gopis, Radha Krishna, hearts are filling up with joy. You see the faces are exuding satisfaction as they relish the gopis' rasikmaya efforts. The Sakhi behind gives a faster push to the swing. The jerk startles Radha, and she is now putting her arm around Krishna and holding tight. This is increasing Krishna's pleasure. He has put his arm around Radha and drawing her close. The bliss of Radha Krishna has increased. And seeing that, the gopis' joy has also swollen. And as the gopis become more joyous, the bliss of Radha Krishna is increasing further. And this in turn is increasing the joy of the gopis. This ever increasing bliss is the nature of spiritual happiness. Your Guru is teaching you this, training you, and then he is requesting the divine couple to permit you to swing them. Radha Krishna are calling you. The Sakhi has vacated the space. You are now behind Radha Krishna and you are now swinging them. Consider your good fortune, my Lord. While you swing on this swing, I see that you are simultaneously residing on a swing in my heart. And as my sentiments swell, you are swinging there as well. What should I say? How shall I describe? It is best I just savor the moment as I swing God Himself. Sri Radha Krishna are so pleased with this soul doing internship in Golok. They are calling you and placing a prasadi necklace, each of them around your neck. Receive the prasad of Radha Krishna and offer your respectful obeisance, bow down before the Lords, your supreme beloveds, and then return to your Guru, who made this possible. Touch your Guru's feet, Guru Kripayaiva Kevalam. It's the grace of Guru that enables me to approach Radha Krishna. Your Guru is again holding your hand and taking you back. You are reaching now back in the Radha Krishna temple of Dallas, the temple room. Back in bodily awareness after that divine journey. Hold in your heart dearly the memories of that journey. And then we bring the meditation to a close. Rub your palms together. Place your palms over the eyes. Relax your eyelids, calm your mind. Gently rubbing your eyes with your fingers, with a few blinks, open them. Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki Jagadguru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj ki